Welcome everyone to this edition of Oakland Leadership. Joining me in the studio today is Renee Cortright, Executive Director of Older Persons Commission. Ms. Cortright is a champion for our senior residents and enjoys managing outreach services for independent seniors, including Meals on Wheels, transportation, and health and wellness programs. Fundraising and community support are essential to the success of OPC. Renee Cortright engages communities with volunteers to spread the word and enlist in older persons programs and services for our senior population. Welcome, Renee. We're so glad you're here today.
Thanks, Penny. I'm pleased to be here. Thank you.
I am really glad that you took the time on a rainy afternoon to come and tell us about some of the programs that are available at OPC.
You know, I love speaking about what we have available at the center. There's something for anyone and everyone 50 plus at the center. We keep the seniors on the move, and it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it.
Can anyone join the OPC?
If you live within Rochester, Rochester Hills, and Oakland Township, it is part of their taxes, so it's part of the millage that was passed in the early 80s. So they are considered already a member. It's just a matter of coming in and registering and paying the $6 fee for the a special card for the facility. And then if you're outside the area, it's just a matter, it's $175 for a single person or $225 for a couple to become a member. And honestly, it's the best deal in town because that equates to approximately $15, $12 to $15 a month, which you can't go to a club for that amount of money. And it's really a nice variety of programming, not only the health and wellness, but then you also have the cards and games, the computers, the performing arts, the pottery, and
that's
painting.
available to everybody that becomes a member.
That's right, exactly.
Oh, that's very nice. You have an exercise room too, correct?
We do. We have a wide variety of exercises. Number one, opportunities available. We have 2 pools, a therapy pool, which is heated up to 94 degrees, and then we have a lap pool. And there's classes within both of those pools, but there's also the opportunity to swim laps or come in and in the therapy pool that helps with the recuperation for many that are maybe have had surgery or may have had gone through some type of a situation where they've had a strained muscle and so forth. So there's classes in both of those pools, and then we have our gym, which is available for classes, spinning classes for cycling, weight room, cardio room, and a couple of exercise room, plus some personal training opportunities.
What a great opportunity for people to stay active and healthy.
No doubt about it, no doubt.
Now, I first met you, Renee, through the Orion Senior Advisory Board. You came and did a wonderful presentation about Meals on Wheels. And even though we're not in that district, we have been benefited, our seniors and homebound have been benefited by Meals on Wheels. Can we talk a bit about that?
Definitely. So OPC provides the Meals on Wheels for Northeast Oakland County. They are made within our kitchen at OPC, and then from there they're distributed throughout the area. So we provide the meals for Rochester, Rochester Hills, and Oakland Township, and then also for those homebound seniors in Addison, Auburn Hills, Brandon, Lake Orion, Oxford, and Independence Township. So what's important about the Meals on Wheels program is that it helps those seniors that may have the opportunity to not be able to get to the store and shop or are homebound based on some type of a physical disability and not able to cook or prepare a meal for themselves. It's not an income qualification program, but it's the opportunity to help someone who may even be recuperating from a surgery and so forth.
Short term.
Exactly. So it really helps those seniors in the community continue to live independently in their homes. And isn't that great? Isn't what it's all about?
It really
is keeping our seniors in their homes and that opportunity to have that wellness check every day by a volunteer who's delivering that hot meal. And how great is that also? It's that opportunity to have the socialization. And in the end, that's what all the programming revolves around, is that socialization opportunity, not just Meals on Wheels, but senior center programming in general.
That's been a big benefit for our seniors in our community, is the socialization. we see seniors here enjoying the meals, but we also see our volunteers enjoying what they do. Can you talk a little bit about the volunteers and the role they play?
Exactly. So our volunteers are just amazing, as you know.
Yeah.
And they come in so many different ways. Sometimes it's the youth that are involved with their parents. It might be through Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts and wanting to give back to the community. And then there's just so many that just want to be involved in the program. They see the importance of the program, and they come in and volunteer their time either in preparing the food that's getting ready to be packaged up to be sent each day, or they're there to deliver the meal, to take it out to the seniors and give it to them and just give that wellness check, which is important. So we have anywhere between 500 plus volunteers that have been involved, and then different groups. Sometimes the soccer groups, clubs through Oakland University have delivered the meals. We have different businesses that get involved with the Meals on Wheels program because they truly see the importance of the program. And we just couldn't do it without our volunteers. It's important.
They're amazing.
Yes.
We have churches too that will serve in that way.
Exactly.
They'll take on the weekends. They'll a church will or sponsor basically an opportunity to serve people that way.
That's right, and we have so many churches that are involved. So thank you for remembering that.
So if a person needs or knows someone in need that would want to benefit from the Meals on Wheels program, what should they do?
So what they should do first is call our general information contact line, and that would be 248-608-0264.
Okay.
And then they would just have an opportunity at that time to speak with one of our Meals on Wheels advocates who would take them through the process to get them all set up for the Meals on Wheels program.
And those meals are nutritious.
Oh, they make all of the daily requirements, or meet, I should say, the daily requirements set forth by the RDA. So, and we follow the regulations that have been set forth through our grant process.
My mother-in-law is 84 years old. She lives in St. Clair County, and she was needing some Meals on Wheels service. And she said the meals are amazing, and there's almost enough for her to have 2 meals. So her midday meal as well as the evening meal. That's amazing, because a person doesn't always want to cook for one.
Exactly. And so they do have that opportunity with OPC's Meals on Wheels, is to also get a cold meal. So not only the hot meal at lunchtime, but a additional sack meal for the later part of the day. So that's a nice opportunity. And what's wonderful about OPC's Meals on Wheels program is that only do we have the meals 5 days a week, but we deliver them 7 days a week. And that's unlike most Meals on Wheels programs that are delivering just 5 days a week. It's 7 days a week. People need meals every day of the week, not just through 5 days. So this is a nice hot meal that's delivered 7 days a week. And we don't have a waiting list, which is unlike most, a lot of Meals on Wheels programs in the area.
So not having a waiting list means that someone could call you one day and perhaps a couple days later have a meal
They
delivered.
should receive a meal within 24 hours.
That's beautiful.
Upon requesting.
Now, is there a fee involved in that?
It is a $3.50 suggested donation, but you know,
Some people can't.
exactly. So like I said, it's a suggested donation, and they can give what they can. But like I also mentioned, that it is important to at least give it what you can. That's yes, it's important.
I like that, Renee. There's a lot of reasons people would need to have a meal, or the interaction with someone during a grieving process. If spouse has lost someone that they're used to them preparing their meals, or eating together and they've lost that through the death of a family member, they could also want to pursue that to help them through.
Exactly, exactly.
Our volunteers are pretty sweet too. They would bring a little sweet spot to their day.
No doubt about it. What's wonderful, I think we have a personal touch within the Meals on Wheels program, is we also provide a birthday cake at whenever they have their birthday. We always remember them on their birthday. We have different school children that make placemats and cards throughout the year based on different holidays that are coming up and so forth. And then we also receive flower donations at various times throughout the year, in which we repackage the flowers and then deliver them to our Meals on Wheels clients.
A fresh bouquet of flowers.
Exactly.
And a fresh meal.
Exactly.
Oh, that's so nice.
At Christmas time, it's even more, special.
I like
the
that.
holidays time.
That's really nice. I know when I'm here at Orient Center for different gatherings or meetings, and the meals come in, and then the volunteers come in, they're always so excited because they can't wait to get out and see the people again. They're old friends.
Exactly.
It's a nice opportunity. Say someone wants to volunteer. How should they go about that?
Well, they could call OPC to sign up for the volunteering, which would be 248-656-1403 and extension 0 to get set up for the volunteerism. And they also can call the different centers, call Lake Orion, Auburn Hills, Independence, Brandon, and reach out to them and let them know that they're available to volunteer, which again, not only is it great for the senior, but it also gives back to yourself. You have that good feeling of knowing that you've done something to help someone else.
Yes, it does. We've had long-time volunteers.
It's amazing,
yeah,
isn't
they
it?
just absolutely love it. Our seniors here in our community are so wonderful. Very active, and they're interested in what's going on. They like to be a part of things. They want to have different programming because it's an opportunity for our 50 plus and our older members to enjoy what's available.
Exactly.
So you have some new things coming in the fall. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Well, we always are looking for new and different programs because we believe in keeping things fresh at OPC. So one of our programs that we introduced last year was our Rewired Not Retired program, which is for pre and post retirees. And we have different speakers that come in and speak on different areas in regards to retirement. Maybe it's how you might take your hobby and make it into now a new business in your retirement, or traveling in retirement. So we have a couple of guest speakers that are coming in the fall. We're really excited, and one of them is on taking your hobby and making it into a business.
Like that.
And then another one is just talking about relationships in post-retirement. What's that? How does that look? You know, relationships are different when you're busy and you're going in different directions, and now all of a sudden you have a lot more home time together. And how are you going to deal with that? So that's one of our areas. We are also adding some new classes, especially our art classes. We've had a couple of new instructors who've come on board in regards to our watercolor, our Chinese brush painting, our pottery teachers, our lapidary area, our silversmithing classes.
What's lapidary?
Lapidary is you go up north and you find a Petoskey stone and you come back to OPC, and through our lapidary area, you can take that stone, cut it, and then smooth it out. We have the different gradation, and smooth it out, and then take the silversmithing classes to make it into jewelry.
Oh, how beautiful.
It's a lot of fun.
Oh, so you get people traveling and out walking and looking for the Petoskey stones along the beach. That's really special.
It is.
I'm 57, so I could come to your center.
Yes, you could.
That would be very nice. 50 or better. I like that idea.
No doubt.
So you also talked a little bit about some of the programming and how you integrate with communities. And we have our Orient Center here. There's community centers in Auburn Hills and in Independence Township. How does OPC integrate with them?
Well, we have our congregate dining program, which I think is really important. So if a senior is not eligible for the Meals on Wheels program, but they have that opportunity to go into the center and have the congregate meal. So it's the same meal. I like to call it the dining in program.
I like that.
So they don't have that opportunity, you know, it gives them they have an opportunity to go into the center, socialize, take advantage of the programming that's there, but then they have a nutritious meal with their friends at the center. And that's our way of really giving back to the other facilities. And at times we support the programs, you know, if they might have a special programs with a special meal for that particular program to really make it stand out a little bit more.
They do some special things here at Orient Center, and the seniors absolutely love the staff, so they always want to come back and see them and do different things with the meals, you know, to make it interesting but nutritious. It's so fun to be able to eat and share a meal with a friend too.
No doubt.
It just grows you together. It's a very nice thing. I also want to just reiterate, it doesn't have to be a long-term thing. as someone might need it for 2 weeks while their family is traveling that generally will prepare meals, or they're grieving,
Correct.
or they're recovering. So people can take advantage of that as well.
Yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you.
Anything else that you want to share about the Meals on Wheels, or we can talk about any of the programs at OPC?
Well, I would just want to say that it's just a wonderful program, and I'm very proud of what we're doing in regards to supporting the seniors in the communities in Northeast Oakland County.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, if you just want to call and just find out in regards a little bit more information about the program, again, calling that number 248-608-0264. So we just want to keep everybody aging in place as long as possible. And just to kind of give you an idea, the median age of those that are receiving the Meals on Wheels is 88. So
incredible.
It's amazing. And they enjoy the meals. When we have a survey that goes out once a year just asking for some feedback, over 70% of them are pleased with the meals, and then a large part of what they comment about is the volunteers delivering the meals, how they so appreciate that one-on-one contact and the kind words that they look forward to, you know, that visit every day.
So you talked about aging in place. A person who decides to do that, there's so many options for people, but someone who wants to age in place needs a team. They need people who will look out for them, assist them as needed, help with transportation. So this piece of the meals being available to them is a really good option.
No doubt. Yes, definitely. Now, another area when you were talking about the senior center and is in regards to those supportive services, and I know this is available at all the other senior centers too, not just at OPC, but it's that information and referral service that's available, helping the seniors really navigate through all the information that's out there. It's a little overwhelming at times. I know, I've experienced that with my own parents, but that's one area that I think is really important to get out there, that information, that there is an advocate on site or a coordinator at the centers to help the seniors navigate through maybe VA. Who did they call with getting some information about that? A lot of the senior centers have a loan closet for short-term use of a wheelchair or walker. That's a really important resource. And then from there, there's just so much information out there about independent living or home care agencies or whatever it might be. And that is wonderful, a wonderful resource within the senior centers and getting that information out there to the seniors.
And you really hit it on the head. Get the information out to people. That's so important so that our seniors can use that opportunity.
And it's not necessarily, and it's also for their caregivers. It could be their, family members that are trying to help mom and dad navigate through all that information. And so that is another area that I think that we fail to kind of put some emphasis on, is that I know it's a senior center, but there's a lot of resources within the senior center that support the whole family.
It sure is.
Such as the volunteerism, the opportunity for kids in high school to volunteer, or that opportunity for them to help their parents so that they can age in place. A lot of times they live out of state and they call up and they're like, hey, mom and dad aren't eating well, or do you have any ideas on transportation? And it's really helping and navigate through all the information that's out there.
And we really do owe our seniors a debt of gratitude. They're our founders, they're the ones that have really built the communities and invested in the communities and the schools, and we want to give back.
No doubt about it. They are our elders. They are the really the initial people that got a lot of the clubs and churches and organizations started within our communities, and you're right, this is our way of giving back and showing that respect for all that they've done for us.
I am really excited about learning more and for our seniors to learn more about OPC, but Meals on Wheels especially, because there are a lot of people who are struggling with a nutritional need. They may think that they're not hungry because they're bored, they don't want to eat, people don't want to eat alone, but then once they start to realize this is really helping me be active, my health to be more invigorated, it's a starting point. People need to see that as a way to, maybe they're feeling a little bit blah or blue or not as much energy. But once they start to eat nutritiously, they'll see that energy increase and their desire to do things will increase as well.
Oh, no doubt about it. I don't think that people put enough emphasis really on really catching all of the food groups and how important that is, not only for in here but up here.
Yes.
You know, it really is important. Drinking enough water. A lot of dehydration adds to confusion. So drinking that right amount of water and not getting it from tea or coffee, but just drinking
water.
Exactly.
I don't think people realize that. I sure didn't, that would cause some confusion, you know, when you're dehydrated, maybe a little more than usual.
Exactly.
I got a phone call from a family member today that said someone called them on the phone and said their bill wasn't paid and they wanted to help them pay their bill, but they really didn't. They asked for their social security number and he wouldn't give it, but then he eventually gave part of it, and then they came around again asking for the first digit, so they ended up getting his social, but he was kind of confused about the whole thing. And so how can we help our seniors understand that people who are calling you are not meaning to do you any well-being? They're mean for your harm. How do we help people understand that? Are there resources? Are there things available? Because it's becoming more prevalent.
It really is. I mean, the Attorney General's office has had different speakers that have come out to our facility and have talked about this whole exploitation that happens. It's very frustrating. A lot of people are at home, are lonely. The phone rings, they answer it, and next minute you know, they're being told maybe that their loved one is down in Mexico and sick and needs money. It's really scary how that is all occurring. But yes, there are certain numbers that they can call, and again, I think it's important just hanging up the phone and calling right away to the non-emergency number with possibly the police department and saying, I just received this phone call, can you help me navigate through this? Not trying to take that all on themselves. And even if they're saying, well, you need to go to the bank, maybe calling the bank ahead of time and saying, are you familiar with this situation? But more than anything, not trying to do it on their own, but reaching out to their family member. Their family member and asking for their help. Exactly.
That's why it's important that we help our seniors build a team.
That's right.
And that's what I asked him. Have you talked to a family member? Have you? Yes, we did this, we did this. They gave me some specifics, and you know, we're going to follow through on a few things.
Very
but
good.
I was shocked that they were so gullible in that moment, because we've gone over this before, so I was kind of surprised. So we just got to reiterate it, talk it out, and help, especially as they get older. He's in his late 80s, so it was a little bit of a struggle for him. I think he was a little frustrated too that he got taken advantage of. You know, so he warns other people, make sure this doesn't happen to you.
Exactly.
So, there's resources though, and I think that's really important. Reach out to your non-emergency dispatch number. Here in Orion Township, Oakland County, 248-858-4911 is the number that they would call. So we're there for our seniors.
No doubt.
So anything else that you want to tell us, Renee, that would be important or interesting to know?
Well, I just think in general for anyone who is looking for activities and things to keep them on the move, whether they reach out to their own senior center within their own community or coming to OPC and seeing what we all have to offer. We do have a walking track for seniors to walk around, the 50 plus. Again, I want to emphasize the 50 plus at OPC. Walking around the track during the winter is getting out, moving is important. We have varying degrees of programs, performing arts, computer programs. We have a couple of shows 2 times a year, our fall and spring musicals. So say you've always wanted to sing and dance on the stage, we have that opportunity. In fact, we have auditions for our fall musical is coming up. They also have a spring musical that occurs. And in regards to just OPC in general, we you know, just keeping it fresh and is important, and keeping everybody moving. We have those classes, the softball activities, the group activities like softball, volleyball, pickleball. That's important.
Pickleball's a big one.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you played it?
No, but I've watched it, and I can't believe how quick everybody's moving. Up at the Auburn Hills Community Center.
Very good, very good. Yeah,
I should play it instead of being a spectator.
It is a lot of fun. I'm kind of addicted to it.
You do play?
Yeah, I do play.
That's exciting.
It is a lot of fun. And then from there, we have a hockey team that plays
I didn't know
at
that.
a local ice arena, so through OPC.
Yeah, so many wide interests are being met. That's good.
Yes, exactly.
I like that. Do you do on tours? Any tours to some of our art exhibits or museums? Or?
Exactly. We have a travel group that travels within the area, actually, and even out of the country. So our extended travel trips have gone as far as Cuba is a recent trip. We will be going to Italy soon.
Oh, exciting.
And next year to Hawaii. Just in regards to local trips to the DSO, have their different concerts that happen throughout the year. And then from there, there's the trips throughout the area. Like you said, the DIA. We actually recently went over to OU and checked out the medical facility there.
That's beautiful.
They've done a very nice job. And then there's different, I thought this was really fun last year. They took some square dancing lessons and square danced at the Van Hoosen calf barn that they have, that they've just recently renovated, and that was a lot of fun, and had lunch there.
Oh, that's very exciting.
The travel coordinators at OPC do a fine job of coming up with new and different and exciting travel opportunities, both within the state and outside in other countries. So it's really exciting.
Love that.
Yes.
Yeah, because some people may not ever have that opportunity to do it on their own, but when they can go with a group.
Exactly.
Oh, that's good to know.
It is.
Yeah, well, I know our residents are going to take a look at your website, and I will also visit there to see if there's anything maybe my husband and I could do over at OPC.
Perfect.
We would definitely enjoy that. So, Renee, I truly appreciate you coming today. I just know that our residents are going to enjoy learning more about OPC, but particularly the Meals on Wheels, and we've been able to highlight what's available to our residents, and so that we can take better care if we need to. So.
Very good.
Thank you very
for
much.
having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate
it was good to see you.
Thanks.
I hope you enjoyed this edition of Oakland Leadership with Renee Cortright. It's been great to learn more about OPC, and I hope that you go to their website. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.